Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my business educational platform. I hope you understood the previous concepts regarding marketing management. Today we are going to discuss about the analyzing consumer markets. So we will start from the consumer behavior. What is the consumer behavior? It's the study of how individuals, groups, and organizations select. Firstly, we have to select any product, then we buy, and then we use, and then we dispose of goods and services, ideas, or experiences to satisfy their needs or wants. So, this is all needs as a consumer behavior. So, what are the factors of consumer behavior? These include the cultural factors, personal factors, social factors, and some other factors which we are going to discuss in this chapter. So, what are the cultural factors, or how the culture influence our consumer behavior? Basically, the culture is the fundamental determinant of person's wants and behavior. It comprises of ideas, customs, and social behavior of particular people or society. How the people's behavior or how people are demanding their products they are using and they are disposing of. So basically in Pakistan there exist the subcultures as well, as there exist the Sindhis, there exist the Punjabis, there exist the Balochis, there exist the Pashtuns. So all these are categorized into the subculture. It is a cultural group within a large culture, often having beliefs or interests at variance with those of the larger culture. So the subculture also influence upon our consumer behavior, as take an example of dressings. Sindhis wear the shalwar kameez, whereas the other different culture subcultural groups wear the different way of style. So we have to design their upon their subcultural groups. Then we have the social chaos. It is the division of society based on social and economical status. Like there exist the richers, or there exist the middle class families, lower middle class families, upper class families, and so on. So what are the social factors? Social factors include reference groups, family, and social roles and status affect our buying behavior. So what are the reference group? Person's reference groups are all the group that have direct face-to-face or indirect influence on attitudes or behavior. Groups having a direct influence are member groups, and some of these are the primary groups. Primary groups include to whom we directly communicate with, like our siblings, our parents, whereas the secondary groups are groups that comes upon the religious, profession, and trade union groups, which tend to be more formal and require less continuous interaction. We directly do not interact them, but they have the strong influence on our buying behavior. So a reference group influence members in three ways. They expose an individual to new behaviors and lifestyles. They influence attitudes and self-concept, and they create pressures for conformity that may affect product and brand choices. People are also influenced by groups to which they do not belong. Some peoples we interact, some peoples we do not encourage, some peoples we do not belong. These groups include the aspirational groups, are those person hopes to join, like our celebrities. Take an example of celebrities, like the take an example of celebrity of Atif Aslam, the big celebrity of Pakistan. Then we have the dissociative groups, are those whose values or behavior an individual rejects. So then we have the social factor like family. The family is the most important consumer buying organization in society, and family members constitute the most influential primary reference groups. There are two families in the buyer's life. The one is the family of orientation and the other is the family of family of procreation. So what is the family of orientation? It consists of parents and siblings. From parents, a person acquires an orientation to religion, politics, and economical and sense of personal ambition, self-worth, and love. Even if the boy no longer interacts very much with his or her parents, parental influence on behavior can be significant. So we will purchase those products which our parents use. Like take an example of what your family uses, then certainly you will be able to choose those similar products that your family chooses. That is the family of orientation. Then we have the family of procreation. It is the second family in the base life. It includes the friends, the social media, or the groups you interact with, that is not belonging to the your family like directly, like your siblings or parents. So they do not belong from your parents or siblings. So this is the family of procreation. So that have the strong influence over our buying behavior. So take an example, in family of procreation we have the celebrities as well. So we also, so they do not belong our family, and we choose those products that the celebrities refer to us. Then we have the social factors that include the roles and status. So our consumer behavior depends upon the roles as well. Like sometimes we perform as a manager, sometimes we perform as a manager, sometimes we perform as a student, sometimes we have the role as a leader, sometimes we have any role of actor. So we purchase our products based upon our roles. Then there is the status. Each role trans connotes a status. People choose products that reflect and communicate their role and their actual or desired status in society. Marketers must be aware of status symbol potential of products and brands. So marketers must have to be well aware about the status conscious people. So what they choose, what they prefer, and what their needs exist. So in order to understand their consumer behavior. Then we have the personal factors. Personal factors, characters that influence a buyer's decision include age and stage in life cycle, occupation, and economic circumstances. So if you will be young, you will be using the different products. If you will be old, you will be using the different products. So these include the personal factors based upon the age, gender, ethnicity, age and stage in the life cycle. Our taste in food, clothes, furniture, and recreation is often related to our age. Consumption is also shaped by family life cycle and the number, age, and gender of people in the household at any point in time. Marketers should also consider critical life events or transitions, marriage, childbirth, illness, relocation, divorce, first job, career change, retirement, death of a spouse is giving rise to new needs. So this include the age stages and the life cycle. So sometimes we become ill, sometimes we face divorce problems, sometimes we have career change, sometimes we have retirements. So based upon that we change our personality as well. So these are also main important factors that a marketer must consider in order to understand the consumer behavior, how consumers use, buy, and dispose of the products. So in personal factors we have a personality. Personality is a set of distinguishing human psychological traits that lead to relatively consistent and enduring responses to environmental stimuli. So what is the environmental stimuli? Stimulus is something that push or that forces us to purchase that product. So personality can be defined in terms of self-confidence, dominance, autonomy, social ability, defensiveness, and adaptability. Personality can be a useful variable in analyzing consumer brand choices. Brands also have personalities, and consumers are likely to choose brands whose personalities match their own. So, what is the brand personality? Brand personality is a specific mix of human traits that can attribute to a particular brand. Then we have the occupation and economic circumstances. So, our consumer behavior also change based upon the occupation and economic circumstances. So if we will be belonging to the richer families, so our consumer behavior will change. We will not focus on our lower order needs, rather we will fulfill our higher order needs as per the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So occupation also influences consumption patterns. Marketers try to identify the occupational groups that have above average interest in their products and services, and even tailor products for certain occupational groups. Economic recession greatly affect product and brand choices. Sometimes we face economic expansion, sometimes there is economic recessions, sometimes prices of most goods and services rises, sometimes prices of most goods and services comes to down, sometimes there is high in unemployment rate, sometimes there exists the employment rate. So if we will be employed, we will choose the products that will suitable for us. So this is how the occupation and economic circumstances varies our consumer behavior. Then we have the lifestyle and values. Lifestyle is a person's pattern of living in the world as expressed in activities, interests, and opinions. It portrays the whole person interacting with his or her environment. Marketers search for relationship between their products and lifestyle groups. Then we have the psychological factors that include from the motivation. Motivation is something that motivation is also a stimulus that pushes the consumers to buy that product. We have Freud. Freud gave the psychological forces that shape people's behaviors are unconscious. So then we have the Maslow's hierarchy of need, and then we have the Herzberg theory, two-factor theory. So these factors also influence upon our psychology. So based upon these factors, we change our consumer behavior. So people, as per Maslow, people are driven by different needs at different times. According to Maslow, human needs are arranged in a hierarchy from most to least pressing. So as per the Maslow, there exists the higher and lower hierarchy of needs. They start from the shelter, food, safety to the self-esteem. Then we have the Herzberg two-factor theory that distinguishes dissatisfier factor that cause the dissatisfaction from satisfier factors that cause satisfaction. So this theory was given by the Herzberg based upon the factors that create the satisfaction and the factors that create the dissatisfaction. So sometimes if we will feel we get high pay, then we will choose the product that best suits upon our behavior. So this is all about the Herzberg theory. Then we have the perception, how you perceive the things. In perception, there is the two things that are known as selective attention and selective retentions. So you will go to the shop, you will see billions of things. As per the research, research says that people is exposed over 1,500 ads or brands in a day, but a person gives attention to very few and screen most stimuli out, a process called selective attentions. So we face, as per the research, we face 1,500 products in a day, or we go through from them and we purchase only few from them. So this is the selective attentions. So we see the 1,500 products and we only purchase one or two that best suits upon our needs. Then we have the selective retention. Perception is the process by which we select, organize, and interpret information input to create a meaningful picture of the world. So this is how advertisements are subliminal message. In dramas, you will see the subliminal messages, Ramzan Mubarak, and so on. Then we have the learning theories. Based upon the learning theories, we also change our consumer behaviors. So in learning theories, we have the reinforcement theory of learnings. There exist the two types of forces. Some of stimulus are known as negative reinforcements and some of them are positive reinforcements. In negative reinforcements, if there will be the higher side effects from the products, you will feel dissatisfied from that product and you will not certainly choose that product. So based upon learning include changes in our behavior arising from experience. Most human behavior is learned, although much learning is incidental. Learning theories believe learning is produced through the interplay of drivers, stimuli, cues, responses, and reinforcement. So what is a driver? A drive is a strong internal stimulus impelling action. So that you will see a drive that will lead to you directly to the product, and certainly you will purchase that product. Then we have the cues are minor stimuli that determine when, where, and how person responds. So there is the short cues based upon the person's response. Then we have the discrimination. Sometimes we discriminate the products based upon our opinion. Like, take an example of Pepsi and Coke. You choose Pepsi rather than a Coke. That's how the discrimination works. So you discriminate means we have learned to recognize differences in set of similar stimuli and can adjust our responses accordingly. Then we have the emotions. Consumers do not always respond cognitively and rationally. Many responses can be emotional. Brands can make people feel proud, excited, or confident. Ads can create feelings of amusement, disgust, or wonder. So sometimes marketers try to feel you, to play with your emotions. Take an example of different products at how they feel, they provide you emotional appeal to buy those products. So this is how the marketers play with your emotions. So what is the successive sets involved in consumer decision making? It involves from the total set, then we have the awareness set, then consideration set, then choice set, and then decision. From total set we have the available products. Suppose we are going to purchase any product, then there will be number of sets available. Take an example of laptop. If you are going to purchase a laptop, you will see the laptop of Apple, Dell, and certain other companies. Based upon the available sets, you must have some information available. So you will only choose the products that you have a higher information. Take an example of Apple or Dell. Suppose you have the more information available about the Apple, its storage system, its functioning, then based upon that information you consider any set, either to choose Apple or Dell. Then you will set the choice, I have to purchase the Apple. Then you will make the decision. So this is how the successive sets involved in consumer decision making, how you make the decision based upon the alternative and the products available to your hand. Then we have the evaluation of alternatives. How you evaluate alternatives? Take an example of Pepsi and Coke. We are taking a similar example. So based upon the likeness and dislikeness, you will choose the product that feels or that provide the more taste. So you will choose that alternative. So this is the long process that starts from the evaluation of alternatives, but then you will go for the purchase intention. Initially you will evaluate the alternatives available, then you will make the purchase intention, then you will see the attitudes of others, how the others purchase feel, then unanticipated situation and factors, then make the purchase decision. So this is how the purchase decisions work. Then we have the purchase decisions. Purchase decisions, sometimes they are based upon the heuristics. Heuristics means the quick judgments. So basically sometimes you are in a hurry and you have to purchase the battery, then you will certainly choose or Osaka or Atlas or any other battery. Based upon heuristics you will only select the Osaka or the quick judgments. So this is how the purchase decisions in non-compensatory models work. So what you will feel after the post-purchase behavior? Post-purchase, after the selecting, after looking at alternatives, you select a product and you consume it. After the consumption, there either you will feel dissatisfied, satisfied, or delight. If there will be any defect in the product, you will feel the dissatisfied. If you will feel satisfied, you will stay or go with that product. If you will feel delighted, then you will be the loyal, you will always purchase that product. I hope you understood today's consumer behavior till now. Allah.